everyone. So in my last video I showed you where I would usually make my yoga place in the house. So this is the other side of that coin where you've just done a workout, or I've just done a workout, might have done a run, I did a run and then a strength training session, and I've got my yoga mat set up in my home gym area with my Bunnings playground gym matting and weights and the baby monitor in case she wakes up. This is real life. You don't always get that little nice yoga space or that time to seclude yourself, so you take it where you can get it. So I wanted to give you this sort of honest view as well as the ideal. This is the honest. So here's a quick little yoga session to do after your workout. Main difference is we're going to stay away from anything that requires stability because we're shaky, because our running hurts, strength training hurts, weakens your muscles, you get the shakes, you can't quite hold the tree pose. So we're going to stretch out and make sure that we don't get too much after workout soreness. So still breathing heavily, muscles are hurting, everything's burning how it should be. Left it all out there at the workout. First thing we're going to do is just get our breathing under control. So close down your eyes, I'm going to keep mine open, but you want to tuck your ribs in, because when you're breathing really hard you can flare them out and you can bow your back sometimes. So just focus on sitting up straight, sucking everything in, sucking your ribs back, and breathe through the nose, out through the mouth. It might be coming a bit fast at first, but you can slow it down, I know you can. We'll do 5 more of these. Feel your heart pumping. Feel how hard you just worked. Congratulate yourself. And start to tell your body it's okay to relax. You've done the hard work. Is that 5? I don't know. We'll do one more just to be safe. Now I want you to do one more, but hold the breath at the top. And breathe out. Nice long breath. Okay, that's great. Just give your arms a bit of a wave around, see how sore they are. And cross your left arm over the top of your right arm. Flip them up and put your palms back to back if you can. But even better if you can grab your own palms. It's okay if you can't. And just spin side to side for a second. Feel your shoulders stretching out here. When you're nice and settled, lift your elbows up and draw them back. Draw your shoulder blades back. You can look through the little gap in front of your eyes. And we'll change arms. So you want your right on top of your left this time. Spin around, back to back if you can. Hands together. Just spin side to side for a second, get settled. Lift your elbows up. Deep breath. Fill up your belly. Let your breath come loud if it needs to. Draw your shoulder blades back, then down. Okay, good. Now we're going to come over and just sit. Oh, that might hurt your quads a little bit. Sit on your heels. And then I want you to tuck your toes under. So grab your little toe, make sure that that's not missing out. Tuck them under. And just sit back. We often forget about stretching our feet after a workout. But they always do a lot of work, especially if you've done a run. Your toes and your feet need to stretch just like everything else. This can be quite painful for some people, myself included. Not one of my easier poses, but well worth it. And just settle in for another 4 breaths. Try to relax into it if you can. Notice if you're tensing up. Last one. Oh, ouch. Oh, that's a painful one. Just sit back and rock them out a little bit. And plant your hands. Walk your knees back. Settle in. And then bring your chest down. Bring your palms out in front of you. Squeeze your fingertips into the mat so your shoulders stay active. And hollow out the belly. This is a great ab and shoulder stretch. You can leave the toes tucked or untucked them, it's up to you. And then if you feel comfortable, you can bring chest all the way down to the floor. Just keep those shoulders active. Push your elbows and your palms, and your whole forearm down into the mat. And you can rest your chin. Three more breaths. And just walk your palms back towards you. That's your shoulder stretch. Just work them out a little bit. And push the mat away from you. Just curve your spine a little bit. You don't have to go extreme with it. And then sink your shoulders down. And push it away. And sink them down. Keep your hands active. It's almost like you're twisting. You're bringing the inside of your elbow towards each other. So your arms are really active in this one. Five more times. Just go with your natural breathing. I'm still making a bit of an effort to slow my breathing down. One more for good measure. There we go. Alright, from here we bring our right foot forward in between our hands and just heel toe it out to the side. Bring your hands flat. We're just going to do a little twist. So plant your left hand, open up your right arm to the sky. And you can just sink down into your hips here. Stay a little active in the legs. Act like you're squeezing the mat together. So this leg is squeezing in, this leg is squeezing in. See if you can look up to your fingertips. It's okay if that's not good with your neck. You can look down or even straight. And bring your hand down. Sink down into the hips a little bit more while we're here. Reach the heel, toe your foot back to the center. Hands to either side. And just bring your hands up to your knee. You can be a little bit shaky here depending on what muscles you've worked. And you just want to sink down into your hips. Keep your ribs in. Make sure you're staying upright. No bowing at the back here. We're not doing back bend. This is just for the lower body and the hips. Make sure you're not sinking, dipping your hips to one side or the other. You want to keep them fairly even as much as you can. One more. Alright, and we'll swap to the other side. So bring that foot back. And then you want to bring your left one forward. Oh, that can be a little bit sore. Work that out a little bit if you need to. Bring your knee to the side, stretch out your hip. Oh. Heel toe to the side. Both hands to the side of your foot. Plant your right hand. And bring your left arm up above your head. Check where your hips are at, make sure they're stable. And feel that stretch working down into your hips. And when you're ready, bring your hand back down. Heel to your foot back to the center. Give yourself a second and then bring your hands up to your knee. Sink down. Check where your center is, check where your ribs are at. Make sure you're straight. And sink down. With every breath out, you want to deepen your stretch just that little bit more. And with every breathe in, breathe. With every breath in, do a scan and see where your form is, where your alignment is, where your stability is. One more. Bring your hands down. And then we're going to sink back and stretch out your hamstring. So you want to bring your foot back, flex your foot. You can grab hold of it if you want. Just make sure you're not working into your back. This is not a back related exercise. Your back shouldn't feel a stretch here really at all. This is all about this muscle right here, calf and hamstring. So breathe in. And then when you breathe out, sink a little bit deeper. And the baby's awake. Well, she's starting to wake up. She's not awake yet. You might hear her start her little cry soon. We'll see. And come forward and sink back again. Suck in the belly here. Gives you more room to bend forward. But it's about making the space. Forward folds are all about making the space in the lower belly and the hips. You always feel like your belly button's been glued to the back of your spine. It's just sucking right up in there. I'm going to switch to the other side. Bring that foot back. Bring this one forward. And sink back. You might find one side is tighter than the other. That's normal. But if you find that one side is always tighter than the other side, maybe check your running form. That's what I do. That's what I do normally. I find that I have usually got a little bit of extra tightness on the outside of my left, and that's because of my feet. My feet alignment is not great. There's always a knock-on effect when it comes to proper alignment in your body. And it's rare that you'll find someone with absolutely perfect alignment in their entire body, so don't stress too much. We're all human. Come forward. Breath in, exhale, and sink back again. Inhale, exhale, and deepen the stretch. Now keeping this foot forward, I'm going to walk it over to the opposite side of the mat and then lower the knee down. This one can be pretty tough depending on where you're at, how warm your legs are. If you can't get your leg parallel on the mat, you can bring it in, and that would make it possibly a little bit easier for you. And a little bit more accessible. But if you can bring it parallel, do so. I put my hand against my foot and I just sort of move a little bit and get into the hips, get into the glutes, and see how deep I think I'm going to be able to go. It's about mindful stretching, so approach it knowing your limits, testing them every single time, seeing if they've changed. Don't just do what you did yesterday because that's what you did yesterday. You're different. And lower down. Two more breaths here. Keep your eye on that baby monitor. And swap to the other side. So you can come up into a plank, it's the easiest way, and then bring the foot over to the other side of the mat and swap. See where you're at for a sec. Breathe in. Exhale and lower down. Now I grip my elbows into the mat and I sort of pull myself forward a little bit in this stretch as well, just to help push that a little bit deeper. Two more breaths here. Okay. Now I just roll to the side and just get out of this one however you want. do one more. So we're just going to do a forward fold now. You can do this one standing up or seated. I think I'm going to go with seated for now. It's really just whatever you feel like. So make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. Suck the ribs in, suck the belly in. Make that space that you need. Put your hands on the mat by your knees, and then next time you breathe out, just slowly start to walk forward. Keep your feet flexed. Make sure you're not changing the alignment of your feet. They're straight. Toes back towards you. You can grab your toes, you can grab your big toe. You can just keep your hands next to your legs. You can grab the outsides of your feet. Just don't bounce down. You're not grasping your feet. You're just resting your hands there. So breathe in. Straighten your back up. Breathe out. Keep your head up for now, just looking towards your toes. And slowly sink that a little bit further. Keep the strength in your legs. You can see my knees pushing down, lifting up. When I'm easing up, they're coming away from the floor, and that's easing the stretch here. So you want to keep your knees really firm. Keep the strength in your legs. It's more of an active stretch than a passive one. And then if you want to, next time you breathe out, you can just ease your forehead down. This might be a very strong stretch on the back of your neck. So if it's too much, don't worry about it. Bring your head up. We're just going to do 3 more breaths here. So breathe in, straighten up your back, make space, breathe out, and lower down. Coming back up. Check, see where your back's at, see how you feel. Check in, see how your breathing's going. You should have brought your heart rate down a fair way now. Thanks for joining me. I feel a bit better. I'm really happy I did that workout. I'm even happier I just did that stretching session. So, namaste. Have a good day.